The butterfly effect and how my husband and I ended up together. This is the year 2016 in November. My ex-boyfriend and I break up. It was very out of nowhere and nothing was really like wrong, but there was a gut feeling that I was like, something isn't right. So we break up in November. 2 months later, we had tickets to go to a Kings of Leon concert that I obviously didn't bring him to. I brought my best friend instead. We go to the concert. Oh, we're in Toronto. We live in Toronto. We go to the concert. And after the concert, we go to a bar and meet up with a bunch of her friends and family, who I know because she's my best friend. And while we're there, we're talking about her cousin's bachelorette party that's in Nashville the following weekend. And we're a little tipsy and they're all saying, oh my gosh, you have to come, which wouldn't be weird that I wasn't like technically invited. I was a very last minute add-on because I had a cousin who's originally from Atlanta but moved to Nashville and lived there, and I had been there to visit her pretty regularly. We're at this bar after the concert. I'm pretty tipsy. I was in design school and working at a bar or a restaurant at the time, and I texted my restaurant manager and said, hey, I'm trying to go to Nashville next weekend. Can you cover my shift? And he's just like, LOL, go ahead, Zoe. So I booked my flight that night in the bar. The following weekend, we go. We're just kind of like bar hopping, and if you've been to Nashville before, you know that they're like carding and checking IDs is much different than Toronto or Canada in general. Here, the drinking age is 19, so like we don't really think about our ID that much when we're in our mid to late 20s, but they're really strict. So the bride's ID was expired. We'd gone to this one bar. She didn't even realize. Me, my cousin, and my best friend's sister-in-law had ordered drinks. Bride goes to order a drink and we say, sorry, you gotta go. Like, you can't be in here with an expired ID. So the bride and the rest of the party leave and we say, okay, we'll finish our drinks. Let us know where you are and we'll come meet you. So we go from the table that we had gotten like for the party and then went and sat at the bar. And I look at this bartender and I'm like, I saw him last time I was here. And the last time I was there, I was still in a relationship and I didn't do anything. I just remember clocking him and being like, that's my type. That is like the most attractive guy I've ever seen. So we're sitting at the bar. He's our bartender. And now I know him, obviously. And he is not the type to like put himself out there or make a first move or whatever. And something came over me where I was just like, I need to know this person. I need to talk to him. So we strike up a conversation and I, long story short there, end up giving him my number. We were like very little texting. At the end of the weekend, he said, I have to work on Sunday night, but if you want to get a drink after, I'll try to be first cut. Like, I would love to hang out with you. So we did. We went out for a drink and I'm obviously not thinking anything of this, like hot guy, whatever, but like I'm in Toronto, he's in Nashville, like nothing's gonna happen. So we ended up going out and had the best time, just like at a bar, sitting together and talking. I ended up going to his house after and like nothing happened. We literally talked all night until like 6 a.m. when I had to catch a flight at like 8. So I had to leave because of that. We like sort of kept in touch, but the only reason why we ever saw each other again is, again, my cousin who moved from Atlanta to Nashville was there, and she is like my person. And so I was freshly out of a relationship, nothing holding me back, and I was going to Nashville to see her and therefore kept seeing him. So I ended up seeing him more, and again, everything was casual. Nothing was ever thinking anything was going to come out of it. But we ended up having one of those connections where like we couldn't stay away from each other. I guess I met him in January and I was moving to Nashville by August. Now we're married and have a baby.